And welcome back. Inflation is slowing down according to new government numbers.
But there's concern about a recession as the Federal Reserve prepares to raise interest rates again. Washington correspondent Hannah Brandt in the nation's capital to break down the latest.
This marks the 5th month in a row that we've seen prices come down. But the new report shows inflation is at 7.1%, which is still higher than economic leaders would like it to be. President Biden calls the slowing inflation welcome news.
News that provides a reason for some optimism for the holiday season, and I would argue for the year ahead.
November's numbers show prices for gas, used cars, healthcare, and airfare all dropped, but grocery and housing costs went up.
For a lot of folks, things are still pretty rough, but there are bright spots all across America where we're beginning to see the impact of our economic strategy.
Republicans disagree, saying Democrats caused high inflation in the first place.
This administration has been asleep at the switch when it comes to addressing the issue of inflation and the enormous adverse economic impact.
The new economic numbers come the same day Federal Reserve officials are meeting to decide the future of interest rates. Wednesday, they're expected to announce another increase, meant to cool inflation even more.
I think the Fed has been pretty aggressive in raising interest rates. I would not have been that aggressive.
There's some concern their aggressive approach could go too far and cause a recession. President Biden says he thinks that can be avoided, but admits there's still some economic pain ahead.
It's going to take time to get inflation back to normal levels as we make the transition to a more stable and steady growth.
Because inflation has been continually coming down, the expected rate increase tomorrow could be smaller than the last few that we've seen the Fed announce. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
Thank you, Hannah. Well, President Biden has signed the marriage equality bill that protects the rights of same-sex and interracial couples under federal law. The new law requires states to honor all marriages regardless of sex, race, ethnicity, or national origin. It also has protections for religious institutions and does not require states to issue same-sex marriage licenses. Among those at the White House today, the executive director of Equality California, who recently married his husband.
The fact that we were able to legally get married in the state of California and now to be able to go to the White House for this historic bill signing is something that's really personal to the two of us.
One of the key aspects of this law is that if the Supreme Court ever did overturn gay marriage, couples would be protected if states that previously had laws against same-sex marriage tried to impose them again. And the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints releasing a statement on the Respect for Marriage Act, saying in part, quote, it protects the grants, licenses, contracts, and accreditation of religious schools, and it ensures that religious organizations, religious schools, and their employees do not have to perform or host same-sex marriages or celebrations. No law is perfect, but putting such protections in the federal code is a big step forward.
A dangerous winter storm sweeping across the country, bringing heavy snow, ice, and blizzard conditions to the north, and tornadoes and damaging winds to the south. Parts of Texas and Oklahoma now surveying the destruction as the storm continues to push east. Here's ABC's Liz Kreutz with the latest.
Right now, millions of Americans in the path of severe and dangerous weather as a powerful storm makes its way across the country, with the tornado threat extending from Texas to Mississippi. Much of Louisiana under a tornado watch. In Oklahoma and Texas, twisters already wreaking havoc.
Oh my God.
This one striking near Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. Sirens going off as travelers were told to shelter in place. Just north in the city of Grapevine, the fast-moving storm ripping off the roof of this building, damaging businesses and toppling power lines. At least 5 people injured.
The lights went out, the wind gusts came pretty strong, and the rain, and then all I heard was a big boom.
In Decatur, Texas, homes also partially destroyed, trees seen snapped in half. And it's a similar scene in Wayne, Oklahoma, where a confirmed EF2 tornado hit before sunrise Tuesday, winds of at least 120 miles an hour. Meantime, in the heartland, a blizzard. The blinding snow and gusty winds creating impossible driving conditions. Portions of I-70 east of Denver to the Kansas state line shut down. 250 miles of I-90 in South Dakota also closed. And the storm expected to dump even more snow in the upper Midwest. This all while continuing to march east. Liz Kreutz, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Alana Brophy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
And back here at home, we have a storm of our own.
Yep, that snow just keeps on coming, Alana.
Does not want to shut off, and we're seeing it right now in Salt Lake County, all linked to that upper level low tracking through the central United States. Live look from our Colonial Flag Tower camera, where we may see the showers slow down, but they're not going to end. It's freezing out there in Salt Lake County. We've got 20s to the north. Storm tracker radar scanning the area, and you can kind of see that northwesterly flow bringing moisture over the lake. We are seeing Weber, Davis, and Salt Lake County continuing with these snow showers, and with cold temperatures, that means it's going to stick, and it sticks quickly. We are continuing to add to our totals, and that means a slick morning commute for some folks in the northern and central Wasatch Front area. So a heads up there, benches getting hammered. These lingering snow showers with an unsettled pattern carry through tomorrow afternoon. Then we get a brief break, but it doesn't last long because we get another disturbance that's going to graze a portion of Utah. On top of that all, the snow will move on, but the frigid below average temperatures, they stick around. I'll show you why, and statewide we're going to be cold. Told you about that winter weather advisory up until noon. This is the area where the commute will be very dicey. We're looking at additional accumulations from 1 to 4 inches, higher numbers on the benches there, so a heads up. Live look at Bryce Canyon, where they picked up 9.4 inches since Sunday. Yeah, fresh snow in the high country in southern Utah, but we also saw it in Washington County. These are some of the really big storm totals coming in tonight. The newest numbers, backside of the Wasatch, 17.4 inches. Near Eden and Liberty. We know this is really heavy here. 11.7 in Olympus Cove. The Bountiful Bench is up to 11. That number is going to go up as we head into the overnight, and snow continues in Davis County. 9.5 inches in Sugar House, Manaway, just over 9 inches. 7 inches for the Carbon Corridor and Sunnyside. Brigham City getting 6.6. Alpine getting 6. Zion National Park picking up 3.5. But let's talk about the airport. 6.5 inches today. The record snowfall for today is 7.3 inches. We could break that as snow continues to come down in Salt Lake County. 6.5 inches put down in the last 24 hours. Oof, that wraparound moisture means business. And that's what we're seeing. We have low-level moisture, northwesterly flow, and so we're staying active in the northern portion of the state. And we also see that cloud cover extending down all the way to Iron County, where a few spotty isolated showers were in the central part of Utah, but that's going to clear. So this upper-level low continues to track east. That's what we're seeing today. It's got a counterclockwise flow, which allows for that moisture. Okay, we watch it move out of the area, and then cold becomes the big headline heading into tomorrow. Not only are lingering showers, but we open the door for that northwesterly flow to carry in very, very cold air. So daytime highs will struggle to hit freezing, and we will see a lot of 20s out there. Overnight lows even colder. As we roll into Thursday, another system grazes northern and central Utah, and it is going to be a quick hitter, but it does bring the potential of some light accumulation because of the cold air in place. And so, yes, yet another morning commute will be impacted. That's Thursday morning. Let me take you through exactly where. So snow showers out there. We zoom in. You kind of see where in Salt Lake and Davis County we're dealing with them. Also a little bit of enhancement there in southern Utah County, down towards Spanish Fork with some showers wanting to hold on. We also know over the high country some lingering snow showers. Central Utah by 5 a.m. tomorrow. But notice, here we are at 9 a.m. The model wants to keep Cache Valley down to Ogden a little active. So we know that that winter weather advisory holds until noon. Scattered snow showers as a result. Here's our next system. Snow's knocking on the door, wants to move into the northwest corner of the state. It does. Here we are by 3 a.m. on Thursday. This is what I'm talking about, the morning commute. The northern half of the state from Cache Valley all the way down to Provo, and on the western side, West Desert there, even Delta could get some light snow from this. Watch as it kind of slides south, moving through the morning hours. 6 a.m. over peak commute time. It's over I-15, slides into central Utah as we make it into the afternoon. So it's a quick hitter, but it could complicate and create tricky travel, so a heads up there. Then we get a drier pattern as we roll towards the weekend, but it's cold because of the northerly component with the winds. 20s, 30s for tomorrow. Going to struggle to make it to freezing. Overcast skies with snow showers holding on in portions of northern Utah. 33 in Price, 31 in Cedar City, 42 in St. George. Typically this time of year, low 50s is the average high in Washington County, but we won't get there. We stay in the low 40s with overnight lows in the 20s, but a dry pattern down south. Here's the Wasatch Front. Okay, so we have the snow showers heading into tomorrow morning for the northern and central Wasatch Front. By Thursday, that system comes in the early morning hours. It's a quick hitter, doesn't stick around long, but could definitely create problems. Drier for the weekend, and then as we head into next week, early next week, the model's hinting at another chance of some snow. A very active pattern. This keeps us out of inversion. This is wonderful for our snowpack as well as our drought monitor. So we want this, but it's not fun to travel in. Tomorrow morning could be rough.
Yeah, so many benefits outside of that, though.
I know. We go pros, not cons.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's going to be cold. All right. Thank you.